Welcome to the Tesla Economist. Please hit the thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon. Now, I'm trying to be careful not to let my imagination run too wild, but it's difficult to contain the excitement about AI Day. I really hope this doesn't just come off as some empty hyperbole, and at worst, just something to further whet your appetite for AI for a bit of fun. But we've just seen some sort of kind of leak, with Grimes playing with a Boston Dynamics robot. The more interesting factor is that in the video, we can also see that there is a Tesla logo on the robot. Okay, so I immediately jumped to the possibility that perhaps Tesla are acquiring Boston Dynamics or they're collaborating on some form of partnership. Firstly, before all of you get ready to comment that they recently sold to Hyundai, well, sure. But the fact that Hyundai acquired Boston Dynamics is not mutually exclusive from the fact that Tesla can acquire the company from Hyundai. Obviously, Tesla is a much larger company and can afford to pay more. Besides, it only sold for $1 billion. And I would say that Tesla would find Boston Dynamics has vastly more value potential to them than, say, Hyundai. Boston Dynamics has changed hands before, since Google to SoftBank before Hyundai. What would Tesla want with Boston Dynamics? What would the application be for this robotics technology? Perhaps they'd be used in robots to facilitate manufacturing processes, eliminating more labour and thus reducing production costs of their products further. Is this further vertical integration where Tesla will actually make their own robots for the production line? Except these robots will be so extremely advanced with AI capabilities that this might be one of the methods in which Elon imagines the production line improving by 10 to 100 times the current speeds. But what if we venture further into other robotics applications? Tesla has the best AI and the best battery technology suitable for robotics. These are highly complementary intellectual properties. It's possible Tesla will also become a company that is the largest robotics consumer in the world, with all the manufacturing they intend to do. Could it be that Tesla are looking at eventually offering the domesticated robot that can cook and clean for us and help us out with all sorts of chores? I mean, in reality, a Tesla car will essentially be a robot that can drive us places. Actually, if we compare this robot with Boston Dynamics' version, then we also notice that the equipment on the top of the robot is also a lot different. Highly possible something that is giving the robot real-world AI capabilities. In the Q1 earnings call, Elon literally said, "Although right now people think of Tesla as a car company or as an energy company, I think long-term people will think of Tesla as much as an AI robotics company as we are a car company or energy company. I think we are developing one of the strongest hardware and software AI teams in the world." Well, if you want to be a robotics company, then wouldn't it help by actually being or owning a robotics company? Elon's biggest fear within the world is AI taking over. Warren Buffett's is nuclear war, and mine is global totalitarianism. But Elon would be extremely credible when it comes to AI. As this is his fear, then it would make sense for him to lead the way in AI and make sure it follows the safest path for humans. Now, with AI Day moments away, for this to pop up just before, whether it's a leak or just a hint of a preview, we're uncertain, but it does sound like Elon's style. I really don't mean to speculate too far, but I do find it exciting and just wanted to mention it. I haven't mentioned anything about AI Day up to this point, for the sole reason it would only be speculation, as Tesla are keeping things esoteric, as they did on Battery Day. But this gives me a platform on which to build speculation on. But we need to think back to the mission, Tesla's mission of sustainable energy. How does this factor in? I mean, we don't know what the end products of these robots might be. They could be used to replace all sorts of labour that is associated with fossil fuels. They could go into agriculture or construction even. Either way, I think it's easy enough to reach some potential ways these robots could align with the mission. But what other company would have the resources and capital to take robotics to their potential? Tesla is about 20 times the market capitalization of Hyundai. They aren't even worth $50 billion. Then all of Tesla's other resources too. It could even be something to do with SpaceX too, for all we know. Robots on Mars perhaps. But remember, it was the Tesla logo on the robot, not SpaceX. Although I'm sure there are likely some engineers that Tesla can borrow from SpaceX for some help on advancing their robotics too. Remember, with Elon, you get the resources of the two best engineering companies in the world for the price of one. Elon also literally only just replied to Marcus Brownlee on Twitter. Marcus shared a video of the robots doing backflips and Elon replied, "Impressive." So it's a technology that has impressed Elon, which is something we rarely see. Usually it's Tesla's technology impressing everyone else. I don't know, maybe I'm reading into all this too much and drawing inferences, and I know the answers are only moments away, So at worst, this may just serve as some levity to help cope with the impatience until the actual event. Oh well, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments too. But I don't think I'm reaching too much here. Tesla want to be the best AI robotics company. They have the best AI and batteries. If they acquire Boston Dynamics, then they have the best robotics technology too. And there's no denying that the robot has a Tesla logo on it. And it's Elon Musk's girlfriend playing with said robot. Either way, it's possible we might see some sort of AI demonstration using a Boston Dynamics robot, and maybe they've just partnered instead. But that's not really the Tesla way. Tesla like full vertical integration. Oh, and if you're watching this video after AI Day, well, sorry, it may not have dated very well. Okay, and I may have a tendency to get too excited at times with the breakthroughs this company achieves. But hey, guess what? Why do you think I make these videos? It's because I get so excited about this company. And then I have an outlet to express my opinions with tens of thousands of like-minded people. And then I get to read your feedback and discuss it even further. I love talking about Tesla and interacting with all of your comments. I read just about all of them and take on board what you all say. I'll even reply to as many as I can too. So, to be honest, I think Tesla owning the best robotics company could be great. Particularly if Tesla deem it worthy, then it's obviously for reasons we don't even know, but we trust that Tesla do. This will be Tesla's biggest acquisition since Solar City. It seems strange for this video to surface right before AI Day, but yeah, it could solely be for demonstration purposes only. Anyway, like I said, at worst, this is just a bit of entertainment to keep you going until the real thing. Either way, AI Day will likely blow our minds, and as usual, it will likely take us a few days to comprehend exactly what we've just been told. The stock price might do its usual thing too, build up before the event, and dive after. Usually buy the rumour and sell the news holds true for Tesla, if you trade the stock. It then takes the media and the market a further 2 weeks to get their heads all around it, and then the stock price generally recovers. But when it comes to trading, every strategy works until it doesn't. This might be the event that sends the stock on a ride again. We just don't know what we're going to hear. But it could actually be inferred as somewhat the closest thing we have to a crystal ball into the future, what we're told on AI Day. We'll find out what robots and AI are truly capable of, and we'll be given some demonstrations that we may never have thought possible, that leave us astounded. Well, at least once we actually work out what it all means. I'm glad I managed to slip another Leaps contract when the stock was mid-600s briefly, but now I feel I was remiss on not buying some call options too, aside from the fact the stock already bounced back a bit. And what's funny is some people are shorting this stock over an unpredictable, unprecedented event like this. Well, as usual, I wish them the worst of luck. But anyway, nothing like a good old Tesla event to get the excitement pumping. And I'll do my best to make sense of what it all means as soon as I can comprehend it myself, and how it could change our outlook on the future of this planet and the company. Thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon.